In this video, I just want to have a look at Bitcoin in terms of the Australian dollar. This is on the CoinSpot account. And if you zoom in here on the current price data, the Bitcoin price has actually taken out this low that was recorded on um, the 21st of November. But then if you compare that to today's price for USD, Bitcoin still hasn't taken out this low here. So it kind of suggests potential different wave structures and how each of these might behave. Um, so looking at this, the way I sort of think about it is this a five-wave move? And if this is a five-wave move, I think there's a couple of things we can look at. If we're looking at this as an Elliott wave count, there is some potential this could be a flat because we have an A wave, B wave, and then a potential five-wave move down. I'm not sure if this move down is completed and then we start to rally from here, given that these are the lows and it's found support. Or are we going to get a bounce and then fail and keep going lower? So that's kind of basically what I'm still looking at. We don't want to enter shorts too early because if this is a flat and this is a completed five-wave move, we're going to get some kind of rally. And it potentially could go back to the 50 or 60% retracement level. So if we were to map this out, we could get some bounce from here and then a rally and then potentially another five-wave move down. So that's kind of a potential scenario that may eventuate, given that this looks like a five-wave move. The other scenario which is the bullish scenario, is if this is a flat, then Bitcoin could bottom, quite soon. Given that there are lows here, does Bitcoin rally from here and continue a bullish move to the upside? That would actually surprise or shock a lot of people. You can see here that this is the 3-day time frame, and the MACD is actually still green. We still have some bullish momentum on the 3-day chart. So I wouldn't want to take any shorts while this is still green, because what may actually happen is, are we still in some kind of flat correction, something like this, before heading down? So there are a few things to confirm still about the price of Bitcoin. There is also the possibility that we just continue going straight down from here. Do we just bounce up a small amount and then keep going down lower? That's another possibility. However, we need to sort of confirm with some of these indicators and probably volume as well. You can see that the downside volume is actually starting to dry up here, given that these red bars are smaller than some of these green bars. So there are still a few unknowns here, and things are a little bit different when you compare it to 2022. They are similar, but they're not completely the same. Like I said before, I think if we're going to have a a scenario where Bitcoin continues to drop. Really need to see some of this bearish momentum kicking in. So if I zoom in on that again, back in 2022, we had this relief rally, but the RSI really did drop here below zero, and it kept below the moving average. And same with the MACD, we got a crossover and it went into red territory. But currently we don't have that. I know that we've broken here, but the moving average of the RSI is still pointing up. And same with the MACD, is still pointing upwards as well, and green. So even though we've had this move down, I would be afraid to enter a short and then we get a bounce and rally higher here and then get stopped out. That's what I'd be worried about. So yeah, it could be risky entering any short positions, which is why I wanted to wait and get some more rejections off those levels. So on the this is the Australian dollar. This is the 140. Really need to start getting some bearish rejections off that level before I feel like we're heading lower from this point. And like I said, the other potential is maybe we're in some kind of flat correction still, where we get some more, where it's more liquid up here, and find some of the supply before heading lower. That's another scenario that may eventuate. So that could then be more of an ABC to the downside. And then the other possible scenario, which was more bullish, is that we've actually completed a flat where the 5-wave move up finished here. You've got an A wave, B wave, somewhere around this way, somewhere around that point, and then finishing in a C wave. The only thing is has Bitcoin broken this trend line? It's sort of hard to draw because there is some overlap, but does Bitcoin get back above that trend line and go higher? So there's some unknowns still. I think what I would like to see is I would like to see this MACD kind of go up a little bit further. So currently we're sort of still down here. I would like it to sort of come back to the zero line, get fading momentum, and then head lower. That would probably be more ideal. Because I think it would be very hard for Bitcoin to fail from this point because of how low the RSI is. It's bounced from this very low level. It's rallied, but it's still at quite a low level. And then also this looks like a 5-wave, almost like a completed 5 waves here. If you're comparing the RSI back to 2022, you can see that the RSI went above zero before it failed. And we didn't really get that over here. So there's a few unknowns at the moment for me in terms of will we actually get a continuation. I'm sort of leaning towards we're probably going to get a bounce here and see if we can get some rejections off those key levels. When we're looking at the USD price, we're still kind of hovering around the 88 level. I think we're starting to get a bit of a bounce. If I look at the daily chart, we've had a little bit of a bounce. We've got daily bearish momentum. So I think I'm just going to watch this carefully still. I think looking at this chart, and we've got the, this is the 150 moving averages. and they've crossed over at this point, so that's why it's red. It's possible that we may rally here, get another rejection, and then head lower. So I just kind of want to wait maybe a few more sessions to see if we get that. It's possible that we might even rally from here, and then do we seek some of these higher prices before getting rejected, making a bit longer correction. So yeah, there's a few possibilities still. I think I'll just be nervous about entering a short position too early and getting caught, and then having to exit my position too soon. We could just say if we did enter a short at this point, we could get a bounce at around the 81 because it's already bounced here before. And then the 75, there's some support over here as well. So maybe you could enter a short-term position that may, if we get a bounce and then a rejection here, and then if we finish here, maybe you could exit some of your positions or take some profits at these levels just to kind of, get some profits along the way. Yeah, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer because I don't want to get trapped yet. And I just want to confirm that we are actually going lower with a bit more price data. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully in the next few sessions we can determine whether Bitcoin is actually going lower or not. Great. I'll see you in the next video.